Hi. Welcome, everybody. And by that, I mean Sheila. Good morning, Sheila. How are you, friend? And good morning to producer Anna. You guys, this is Live Every Day. If you're here listening, chat with me and I can chat back. You can go to backchannel.tv and type in, and I can read what you're saying. If you are on YouTube, you can chat on the side and we can talk. And if you are listening through your Echo Show, you're watching, you're listening, you can actually talk to your device. And the magic word is say. So you just say the name of your device, say good morning, Liv, and it will chat with us. And Sheila is saying good morning to Anna. Hello, Sheila. I was hoping you'd be here because today is What Wednesday, which I might love the title the most. Like, I feel like that's like my favorite title for the day. But Sheila, today I'm making a recipe. And I was hoping you'd be here because I thought if anybody will appreciate it, it'll be Sheila. So it'll be in the second half. I hope you're still around. But I think you'll be really excited. So yay, welcome, friend. But you guys, What Wednesday, there's a lot going on. First of all, can you see my sweater? It's a Disney sweater, which is good because I'll be talking about Disney later. And it's a Christmassy holiday sweater. You know why? It's December 1st. Happy December 1st, everyone. We made it. We're at the end of 2021. I feel like we should clap. I feel like there should be confetti. It's a very low budget type of show. So if we did have those things, just imagine it. Imagine someone running around with glitter and sparkles. Good morning, Casey. It's so great to see you. So here's what, the thing is that, oh, look. You guys, I'm so excited. My husband, Nathan, is on YouTube with us. Good morning, beautiful, he says. He's so cute. Good morning, handsome. No one's going to show up for this. Like, they're going to be like, we don't want to see this. This is ridiculous. Anyway, so lots happening today. We're in December. We're at the end. We've got, how many days are in September? We have 30 more days. If we don't count today, today's 31. We have 31 days of this month. And then we are in 2022. Can you believe it? And there's a lot that has happened. Like, I feel like at some point, Anna and I will have to just do a show and do like inventory of what happened this year. So much happening. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what you're drinking, what's in your cup. I feel like that's how we should start every single show. I'm going to show you what I'm drinking today. I don't have my cute mug that Anna got me. Today's a little off. I'm not feeling so great, and I was up all night. And that's how life goes. You know what I mean? But this is a job. You got to be there. We need travel mugs. Anna, that's brilliant. Can we get that? Like, how fast can we get that? Can we ship it to you? So today I'm drinking water and it's in a bottle. The other thing I'm drinking is this Bang, which has been in this room, I don't know, a super long time, and it's open. I'm hoping there's nothing floating in it. I don't see any bugs. I feel like it's fair game and I feel like I need it. So everyone grab your glass. If it's coffee, if it's tea, if it's hot water, if it's normal water, if it's a Bang, if it's Red Bull, I don't care. And ready, we are going to cheers to December and to the end of 2021 and the hope of 2022. We're getting there. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good morning. Okay. Sheila, you deserve a mug/travel mug. Anna's going to make sure that happens as well. Friend, actually text me your address. We'll figure that out. I promise. Now, we're not savvy and we don't have a great budget and a lot of people, so who knows when you'll get it, but my gift to you. You'll be the only other person in the world. So, you guys, welcome. Today on Live Every Day, we always take the time to celebrate the day, and today is no different than any other day, except we're going to make up some reasons why we're celebrating today. Why you should be happy to be alive, why you should be excited to get back in the world, why you're excited it's Wednesday. Listen, Wednesday is hopeful. It means that you're getting close to the weekend, and it means that you're being I feel like you're a little bit more into the week. You know what I mean? Like you're being I can't think of the word. Whenever you're doing Anna, what is the word? It starts with a P. Not progressive. When you're productive. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm gonna drink another piece. I'm gonna another thing of yeah. Uh-huh. Mhm. Productive. April, good morning. Welcome. It's good to see you. So you're not on Monday. It's not like you're trying to chug through. It's not Tuesday. We're at Wednesday. Okay. It's legit in the middle of the week. You're doing the things. I think that's what's exciting. You're actually doing the things. But what we're going to focus on, what Wednesday is when we kind of take a pause and we're going to go through some articles. We're going to read some crazy stuff and we're all going to be like, what? What the what? Also, I'm going to be making a recipe and I want to show you a little sliver of what that looks like. Okay, I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about this. DDD. There's a product. Oh, I just realized I left the other one in the microwave. I don't have a production assistant. It's just me. Oh man, that stinks. Okay, well, I have another one of these and I'll just have to get it later, I guess, because I can't leave you guys and run in there. Although I guess I could put you on my phone and run. This is a product by Barilla. This is a perfect example of what Wednesday, you guys. Is that how you say it? Barilla? Okay. Ready pasta, fully cooked, no preservatives. This is rotini because who doesn't love the spirals? Al dente pasta, 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Do you even know what that means? Like, that's incredible. So this is all you do. This product, I'm going to make a dish with this 60-second pasta, and we're going to talk about this product. This is called What the What? I'm excited, except I left the other one in the microwave. If Nathan happens to get home before the end of the show, maybe he'll go get it. But he's not here. Anyway, that's live. That's live TV. Okay, you guys, celebrate every day. Guess what today is? Red Apple Day. I don't even know what that means. I'm going to read a little bit for you and tell you how to celebrate it. Not that sounds a little bossy. Suggest how to celebrate it and why in the world are we? What's interesting is you would think that Eat a Red Apple Day, it's Eat a Red Apple Day, would happen in the fall. When I was in New York in October, I went apple picking for the first time in my life. It was glorious. It was so glorious. You know who I felt like? I felt like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Do you remember the scene? Anybody, Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, when she gets with the very mean apple trees and it's like dark and scary. And I think she's with the Scarecrow. That's how she finds the Tin Man. Anna might be able to find a clip. I don't know, a photo. I love when Anna throws up photos. It just feels so fun. And she picks up an apple and she starts eating it. And then the trees get really mad. And that's when you're like, oh, this Oz place is kind of weird. Because the Scarecrow didn't throw you off, or the witch, or Glinda, or the Munchkins. But it's when the trees start interacting that you're kind of like, as a kid, you're like, huh? That's disturbing. So yeah, it's when she meets the Tin Man, and there we go. Anna, that's awesome. You don't remember that scene, Anna? Guys, Sheila, Casey, April, anybody out there, Nathan, do you remember this scene? Do you remember this scene in The Wizard of Oz? And it starts out where she starts picking up the apples on the ground, and then she actually goes to grab one, and that's when they like grab her. See, Sheila said she remembers and it scared her, right? Like, Sheila, talk to me about this. Wasn't it interesting that all these other things happen in Oz, right? Like I said, the Wicked Witch comes, right? And Glinda and the Bubble and the Munchkins, which were, I don't know, there were different mixed feelings about the Munchkins at times in my life. And the Scarecrow, but he wasn't very scary. But it's something about these trees. And I think it was something about the Wicked Witch. It was like kind of like future casting, right? She was kind of like saying, I'm going to get you. But here's where they actually get Dorothy. Like, you can see it right there. He grabs her and he's mean. He like yells at her. And it's like, that was the scene, man. That was the scene that really, really bothered me. This is also the scene. I don't know if anybody remembers this. Yeah, the trees were drawn very scary. They looked very mean. Like, even with the witch, she had a little bit of, compassion because her sister died, so you're kind of feeling for, you're feeling for the Wicked Witch of the West because she just finds out, "Hey, this kid fell on my sister. She's gone." And you're kinda like, "Oh, that stinks." And you're like, "Yeah, I'd be mad." Sure. This is I understand this. But the apple tree guy, you're like, "You're an apple tree." Like, I was just very it bothered me. I gotta say, I was all for the Wicked Witch. Like, when Wicked came out, I was like, "No, I get it. We should have a whole musical on her." But the apple trees? Mm-mm. You're apple trees. They were so mean, and they really were scary, and it was a little dark. Also, this is the scene or around this scene is where for years, which Anna, this would be a great segment. I might, you know what? I'm gonna save this, but I'm gonna tell you what it is. And everybody who's listening can, enjoy. There were a lot of oh geez, what would you call it? It's not really even a conspiracy theory. This is so What the Wet Wednesday. This will be perfect for What the Wet Wednesday. Maybe next week, which is great because we've got to write next week. But there were rumors about movies. Sheila, do you know what I'm talking about? There was a rumor about a guy in a scene in The Wizard of Oz. So you would watch it over and over and over again to see if you could see him, see if you could tell what people were talking about. It's not an Easter egg. It is okay. Sheila remembers, yes, and it was a little bit later and then in the scene. And I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to say what it is. Yeah, I know, Anna. No. You can find it. And I'm not going to ruin what it actually is because they came out and they told us what it was. And then once you watch it, you're like, oh, that is what they're talking about. But for years, there was a rumor about what was happening in the background of this scene. And this isn't the only film. I mean, we could even talk about, like, y'all remember Lion King when Mufasa is it Mufasa or is it when I think it's when Simba, like, falls, like, he, like, crashes down into, like, some, like, puffy little, like, I don't know, like, puffy little flowers, and they spin in the air, and they write a word. Do you remember that? And Mufasa comes out of the sky, or his voice does, and he talks to Simba. That was a thing, but apparently that was purposely put there. It wasn't okay. It wasn't appropriate. We can talk about that. We can always have what Disney Day. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, all the inappropriate things put in by Disney. We could have that, Anna. We could be like, what the what? The Disney segment, because we got a Disney segment today. And it's what, you guys. I mean, I'm not kidding. The second hour is really packed. Okay, so back to, oh my gosh, Eat a Red Apple Day. Somehow we got all the way down The Wizard of Oz. That's okay. I'm just getting started. I feel like the first 15 minutes, it's okay to just kind of chit chat. And then we got to get going. We got to get, yeah, I digress. Okay, so hello, welcome, celebrate every day. It's Eat a Red Apple Day. You guys, do you like apples? I would love your participation in this. I want to know what you like. There's all sorts of kinds of apples, which I don't think I understood that growing up. I don't know about you, but I always had like the same red apples my entire life. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like my parents were like, "Oh, would you like a pink lady? Would you like a Fuji? Would you like a Gala?" Like, or Gala? Is it Gala or Gala? How do you say it? I grew up in Louisiana. Yo, we had red apples. I don't know what kind they were. They were probably just Red Delicious, right? Isn't that a name? So I'd love to know your favorite type of apple. Also, I'd like to know, are you a green apple kind of guy or gal? I am not. I am not a green apple person. Anna's so cute. Anna is so great, you guys. She gives me little pep talks whilst I'm on the air. She just said, "You're doing great," which I'm probably not supposed to read. Sheila, Red Delicious, are you saying that is your favorite? Is that what you're saying? That is your favorite type of apple? Or yes? Casey, April, Nathan, Anna, what is yours? And are you a green apple fan? Here's my question, and I feel like Sheila's gonna know the answer. Okay, Anna grew up with Gala. Do you say, okay, I'm gonna say this. A is Gala, B is Gala. You guys tell me how to say it. A, it's Gala. Okay, Anna says A. So Gala apples. You grew up with Gala. Is that what I grew up with? I either grew, okay. Sheila's saying she grew up with Red Delicious. I think that's what I grew up with. I really, really do. Yeah, I say Gala too. Okay, great. I think that's what I grew up with. I think it was just the standard. It's a red apple. It's at Winn-Dixie. Anybody remember Winn-Dixie? Anybody remember we didn't have Piggly Wiggly. We have a Piggly Wiggly where my grandmother lives. And she was on yesterday watching the show, but I think they actually just closed down Piggly Wiggly, which makes me sad. Anna says, I picked up Pixie Crunch for the first time this year. Had never heard of it. I've never heard of that. Pixie Crunch? Did they make that up? Because I know that they like make up apples. So the top 3 favorite apples in America. Okay. Good morning, Justin. Hi. Nice to see you. The top 3 favorite apples in America: Gala, Red Delicious, Granny Smith. I feel like that's so basic. Is that because people don't know that there's Pink Ladies, Fuji? What else are there? Obviously, Pixie Crunch, which somebody made that up. There's no way. Come on. There's no way there's just Pixie Crunch trees. I can't. There's so many apples. They're genetically engineered. It's like, can we talk about the grapes, which maybe this is a great segment, not a whole segment. The grapes that taste like cotton candy. Have you guys had those? Oh, Sheila's favorite is Macintosh. I forgot about those. I picked Macintosh when I was in New Jersey, Sheila, which I know you used to live there. I love a Macintosh apple. A grape segment, you mean? Honey Crisp. Thank you. Why can I not think of all the apples? Honey Crisp, Macintosh, Gala, which we know. I love a Pink Lady and I love Fuji, but I feel like there's something, I feel like I'm forgetting one. Anyway, so what do you like to do with your apples? Do you make your own applesauce? Have you ever done that? There's a great scene. Y'all know I'm a movie person. We talk a lot of movies here. Great movie called Baby Boom. Anybody know Baby Boom with Diane Keaton? It's a classic. Anna's not going to know. She wasn't born. It's in the 80s, Anna. Okay. It's a great film because, oh, you know what it is? It's almost like the original Hallmark, to be very honest, but without the cheese, and a fantastic script. And it's Diane Keaton. You know what I mean? Also, Sam, Sheila's going to tell me his name. Sam Shepard. Sam Shepard plays. See, Sheila says it's a great movie. Anna, if you haven't seen it, you're going to love it. You are going to love it. If you could pull up a scene from Baby Boom when she's making applesauce or selling applesauce, that would be great. So here's the thing. I've only made applesauce once. I kind of have a theory, or maybe I should say a rule. If somebody else does it, why should I? You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay. I don't need to make homemade applesauce. It's a lot of work. I feel like a lot of people know how and they do it. That is not, here we go. There it is. There's Diane Keaton. Thank you, Anna. You're so awesome. So here's the thing. She's a like on Wall Street. She's in advertising, major executive, like massive executive. She's not married. She's total 80s, you know, the power woman. She's in the power suit. She is owning everything in New York City. You know what I mean? Great heels. And she inherits a baby. I know that sounds like wrong, but she thinks she inherits money. Her cousin dies and she's the next of kin. And she gets this child. And she's like, I don't want a child. She is like literally the Miss New York City. Well, long story short, she ends up in Vermont. I'm telling you, it's kind of like a Hallmark. Sheila, have you ever thought of it this way? I've never thought of this. This is literally the premise for every Hallmark film. You know what I mean? Especially every Christmas Hallmark film. This is like the OG. I feel like I just cracked something, you guys. I feel like the CIA is going to come knocking on my door and be like, you just ruined you just told a nuclear code. This is the OG. So she goes to Vermont. Who doesn't love Vermont? She buys acres of land, this gorgeous old house, and it snows like a mother. Like all the time. You know, it doesn't snow like that in New York City, but it snows like that in Vermont. So she ends up making batches and batches of applesauce, and it changes her life, which is kind of funny. So, I mean, and she, you know, meets Sam Shepard, who's the local veterinarian. I'm serious. Candace Cameron Bure is going to be in the reboot. Okay. So you guys, I don't make applesauce. And I don't really eat apples, I gotta say. I don't know why. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of crunching. For those of you who had braces growing up, do you avoid apples? Because I do. I do. I avoid apples because when I had braces, it was too much for the braces. You know what I mean? So like it would just get stuck. There's a lot of things I don't do because I had braces for so long in high school and I'm sure my body's like, get over it. Okay, so the top apple picking destinations. How about this? So those of you who are able to go apple picking today for Eat a Red Apple Day. Carter Mountain Orchard in Charlottesville, Virginia. Do we have anybody in Virginia? I don't see anybody in Virginia. Okay. Cider Hill Farm in Amesbury, Massachusetts. I am going to be, well, no, I'm not going to be Massachusetts this time. But I feel like if it's worth it, Anna, I could go over there. And Willowbrook Apple Farm in Oak Glen, California. I did not see that coming. I would have guessed Vermont. I would have guessed New Hampshire. I would have guessed maybe Pennsylvania. I mean, New Jersey, maybe New York. I would not have said California. That's interesting. There you go. So if you're in Virginia, Massachusetts, or California, you can go to the top apple picking farms in the nation. And today is Eat a Red Apple Day. Don't eat a green one. That is not today. That's a different day. So dumb. Okay. Anna says, I really like the skin. Like once that's gone, I'm over the apple. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that. I love that. Here's a conversation. What's your favorite part of an apple? I actually kind of like the apple seeds. Did you know this? Did you know that the apple is cousin to the rose? So their flowers are actually related. I don't know if you knew that. Anna says, we always used to have Ritz crackers with peanut butter and apples. That is delicious. Good morning, Stacy. Can't wait to hear what you're having for breakfast. Yes, Ritz cracker, peanut butter, and apple had a baby, and it's in your mouth, and it's fantastic. What? The rose and the apple are related. Peter says, my 9-month-old was chewing on an apple for the first time yesterday. Guess he gets another today. That's right. You can't fight the calendar, Peter. This is what I'm thinking. I mean, they produce this calendar for a reason. Who are we to argue? Peter says, I've heard the healthiest part of the apple is the core, all the good bacteria and probiotics. I love the core of the apple. I really do. Like I eat the whole thing. Is that weird? Can I tell you what the seeds remind me of? They kind of have like an almondy flavor. Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure it's arsenic. I'm not kidding. I think the seeds of an apple are like have arsenic like properties. I don't know if that's true. Good morning, Eric. Hi, welcome. Stacy says it's not weird. Sheila loves apple and cheddar cheese. I'll tell you what I really love. Anna says I'm weird. I love fondue. I might do an entire show on fondue. Whoever decided to take cheese, melt it, keep it in the melted state, and then tell us to dip things in it. Like I would name a kid after you. I love taking apple and like just dipping it in fondue. Sheila says fondue is life-changing. I don't think that's over. Like I think that's right. I don't think that is extra at all, Sheila. Good morning, Mimi. So great to see you. Okay, I got to have some bang. All right. So, maybe the challenge today, everybody, since today's the celebration of Eat a Red Apple Day, is to go out there and Peter just said we can go to the melting pot when we visit. You're speaking my love language. I love the melting pot. I got a story about that. I want to hear how you ate a red apple today. Okay, tomorrow. I want to hear in the morning, what did you do? Did you dip it in fondue? Did you cover it in chocolate? Chocolate dipped apples, not a bad thing. Did you make applesauce? Did you buy applesauce? What did you do? Let's hear how you ate a red apple today. How'd you celebrate? So my melting pot story. When the pandemic started, okay, everybody remember that? So I'll take a moment. It's okay. You're in a safe space. You're okay. So pandemic starts and people were trying to figure out how do we keep restaurants going? You remember? I mean, now it's fantastic. I can have anything delivered to my house anytime I want. alcohol, man, Texas jumped on that bandwagon. We were like day 2 of the pandemic. We're like, y'all can get beer delivered to your house. And we're like, okay, quarantine is amazing. So yeah, Melting Pot started putting together at-home kits. Peter, I don't know, or anybody else, if y'all know this. I think they still have them. And it changed my life. It got me through the pandemic, through the dark, dark times. I was like, it's fine. I have melted Gruyere in a pot. I'm telling you, it was a good thing. It was a good thing. Anna is reminding me it is dangerous. Yeah. No, you can't do all. It's just the cheese and the chocolates that they do. We can do that, Peter. We could do that for the Christmas party. Melted cheese. Okay. We could just do a 70s vintage. We should do that. Like hot hors d'oeuvres and like fondue. Like do like a very 70s, like Dean Martin. You know what I mean? They used to have fondue parties back in the day. That'd be fun. Old fashions. Okay. So Anna's reminding me apples with caramel. Do you say caramel? Do you say caramel? A for caramel. I just spit. A for caramel. Did it again. B for caramel. How do you say it? A for caramel, B for caramel. Stacy likes to eat her red apples covered in peanut butter. You're not wrong. What does an apple not go with? Like it goes with everything. A, caramel, caramel. Okay. I can't eat a caramel apple though. I can't do it with the teeth. I just can't. I can't bite into that. Mindy is saying caramel, and good morning, Mindy. I missed you. I'm making a recipe today, friend. So I'm glad you are here. Peter, fondue, bad for the heart, good for the soul. Is it bad for the heart though? I feel like you're hugging your heart. I feel like that's what you're doing to your arteries. You can't get in there and give them a nice squeeze, but the fondue can. It can swim in and hug your arteries. Okay, so you guys, let's get to strange news because today is What the What Wednesday. This is when we go through articles, and by we, I mean Anna. And she's going to pull up some stuff and we're going to discuss it because this is real stuff happening on our planet. Do you know that it's happening? Are you aware of this strange and what the what news that's happening? This is where we take a break in the middle of the week and we just pause and say, what the actual what? Okay. So this first one I heard of, and I want to say hello to all the Canadian listeners. And everyone's like, no one's listening in Canada. Good morning, Canada. Okay. I don't know if you all heard, but there's a pretty big thing going on in Canada right now. They're known for a few things. What is Canada known for? Hockey. That's the first thing I think of. Am I wrong? I think of hockey when I think of Canada. Anna says Tim Hortons, which I don't know if we have a segment on this. When do we do the segment, Anna, when we say things that we're like, look, it's an unpopular opinion. I'm going to get to my unpopular opinion. We need to do coffee. Okay. Let me just leave it there. Maybe y'all can guess what I think about Tim Hortons. Okay. Stacy thinks of snow. When you think of Canada, what do you think of? I think of national parks. Is that weird? Like I do. I think of Denali. Wait, is that in Alaska? I feel like that's in Alaska. Whistler. I think of, at Banff, these lakes, like skiing. Anna thinks of Niagara Falls. We think of all these things when we think of Canada. I think of maple leaves. This is getting very nostalgic. And you know what else I think of? And I just mispronounced that word. Maple syrup. Do you say syrup or syrup? This is a very interesting conversation today. A for syrup, B for syrup. Maple syrup? I feel like yes. B, maple syrup. Oh, I feel like that too. I don't really know. A or B. Stacy says syrup. I can't. A or B, Stacy. A for syrup, B for syrup. You guys, let me know how you say it. They are running out of maple syrup in Canada. Canada taps into strategic reserves to deal with massive shortage of maple syrup. Massive shortage? What does that mean? Yeah, look at that thing. And here's the problem. They sell that cute little maple leaf of syrup like everywhere you go. All right, I'm going to read this. While high gas prices have pushed President Biden to tap into the U.S. strategic oil reserves, America's neighbor to the north is also dealing with a shortage of another so-called, quote, liquid gold. The Canadian group Quebec Maple Syrup Producers recently announced, I'm going to read this to you. It is releasing about 50 million pounds. I'm going to repeat that. 50 million pounds of its strategic maple syrup reserves, about half of the total stockpile. I got to pause there. Oh, wait, Quebec produces 70% of the world's maple syrup. Okay, hold on a second. 50 million pounds. First of all, how do you have a reserve of maple syrup? Doesn't it spoil? Like, what are we talking about? Is it in barrels? Is it in a bunker? Like, I've always heard about America has like, government cheese, and we have like government whatever, like we have all this stuff. Exactly. Mindy is saying syrup. Thank you for writing it out. Maple syrup. Okay, well, Mindy says syrup. I think I say syrup. Oh, Peter thinks of the Mounties. That makes sense. Peter thinks, yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. The Mounties, that's true. And they're on horses. I don't know how they help anyone. They're very cute. Mindy says there's syrup reserves. I don't know my feelings inside. I mean, is this not what the what? What the what? What are we talking about? 50 million. What was it? 50 million pounds. I can't comprehend this. I can't. And that's only half. They have 100 million. I love how it's there. Look at the writing in this article. Strategic maple syrup reserves. This means they had a meeting in an office and they all voted and said, yeah. Mm-hmm. We're going to set aside 100 million pounds of syrup. I don't get it. Also, why are we having a shortage? Does it say why? Let's see. Okay, Anna says, just found an article saying someone somehow stole $30 million worth of syrup a decade ago. So they've been storing a surplus since 2000 in warehouses. Worldwide demand increased. Like, I don't know about y'all. I like seriously need a moment. Wait a second. Why has there not been like an Ocean's 412 movie on people stealing $30 million worth of syrup? I feel like Brad Pitt should be in that film with Lego waffles. Am I wrong? Like, have you ever noticed it? Like, have you ever noticed he eats the entire time in the Ocean's movies? Brad Pitt's character just eats the entire time. Anna just wrote, it's just them all apologizing to one another. That's funny, Anna. I would be a great Canadian. I apologize all the time. Peter, that is what Canada would be hoarding. They would be hoarding syrup, which I love maple syrup. I do. But I feel like we could go on with our lives. Like, I don't feel like we need to have 100 million pounds of syrup. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like we could make it. That is definitely a want, not a need. That is not a necessity. I could be wrong. Again, I'm saying I could be. Anna is saying, yeah, they would be apologizing all the time. Is that really true? Are they really all apologizing to each other? Or are you just being cute with the whole Canadian stereotype of we're going to apologize? Is that like part of the article? Oh, you're being cute. It's true. I mean, it's kind of a thing. As Stacey says, oh, Eggo waffles, not Lego waffles. Did I say Lego? I was saying Lego my ego. That is hilarious, Stacey. Thank you for catching that. Thank you. He would be carrying around Eggo waffles. But I feel like whole world focus equals Omicron, Canada. Oh no, the syrup. Shut down the borders of Canada. People are stealing our syrup. Let no one in. Also, where are they bringing this stored reserve to where? To like people like the tourists aren't there. That's who's buying those cute little maple. Listen, if you're in Canada, you're not like, oh, I really need like a little maple shaped, maple leaf of syrup. They're just like, I'm just going to go get syrup. Or they go to a tree outside and they tap it. It's like in Mexico when you go and you buy Kahlua and they had the little Kahlua guy Have you seen those bottles? They're like so cool. It's just a little Kahlua guy. You can only buy it in Mexico. But you know, in Mexico, they don't care. They're not like, oh, I have to go have the Kahlua guy. Like, they're just like, we live in Mexico. Like, this is amazing. Anyway, okay, so that is what on Canada. A full 12 days. Here's the next thing, you guys. We have to. I'm going to need some therapy after this. A full 12 days of Christmas will cost more this year, and I don't know what that means. Anna, what does that mean? What does that mean? A full. Peter's saying he thinks Canada's going to replace their drinking water with syrup. Ugh. Okay, Anna, what does this mean? The full 12 days of Christmas will cost more this year. Maybe she'll pull that up later. I don't know what that means. All right, here's another one. Overdue book was returned to an Idaho library 110 years later. What the what? At what point do you say it's okay? Like, it's okay. We're going to frame this and it's going to be passed on in our family. It's part of our family lore. It's part of our family legacy. Do they have to pay the fee? Like, do you hear? Obviously, this person didn't check out the library book. Obviously, they're the ones that returned it, but it wasn't them originally. So, you guys, Anna lost her internet. That's why she's not telling us the other one. That's fine. I got you. It's just us. We got this. Stacey's saying it means it's going to cost more money than you have. Oh, the 12 days. Okay. Well, that stinks. Anna, are you back? No, I don't think so. Okay. So, Peter, 5 golden rings. Wait, what does that mean? Overdue books are a sore subject. Why? Why is that a sore subject? 110 years. I'm all for being honest, and I am against stealing. Obviously, I don't feel like this was intentionally stealing. I feel like somebody checked out a book in Idaho. First of all, you're in Idaho, which I love you, Idaho, but it's Idaho. You checked out a book. You know what I mean? Like, keep the book. Pass it down to the generations. Am I wrong? And there's no way you should grandfather, like, make the other people, what is that? Like, make other people responsible. Like, you shouldn't have to inherit your family's misfortune of having this book. I'm just saying. Overdue books are a sore subject. That's funny, you guys. That's really cute. So there you go. Overdue book returned 110 years later. I would love to like watch the person, like at our library. We have multiple libraries in Houston, but the one that's closest to me, there's like a little drop slot, like you just open. God, I haven't gone to the library in so long, especially I have not been since the pandemic. Ooh, I gotta say, I haven't. Okay. So you open the little book slot and there's a little basket. It's cute. It's a little basket and you pop in your little book and it falls into the basket. Could you imagine the person in Idaho, which I'm assuming is like a volunteer, and they're like, what is this? It's like the 1910 almanac. That's not 110 years ago. All right, you guys, are you ready for one last strange news? Pub goers snowed in for 3 days at a UK at its highest inn, entertained by Oasis cover band, Noasis. Oh, that's funny. #help. Wait a second. You're telling me, which Anna isn't here. Oh, she's here. Hey, Anna. What does that mean, UK's highest inn? Like the highest point in the UK? Is that what that means? They were snowed in for 3 days? Holy smokes. Look at all the snow. I mean, if you gotta be snowed in somewhere, I feel like being snowed in at a pub, I don't feel like people would be angry. I feel like they would be like, could you imagine if you're a wife and your husband is one of those that like goes to the bar every night? He's a pub guy, goes to the pub every night and he calls you and he's like, oh, darling, I can't come home. I'm snowed into the pub for 3 days, drinking with my buds, with my mates. That's Australia. Also, that was the worst accent I've ever done. I can do a British accent. What am I doing? Actually, I feel like it would be more cognate, right? Hello, governor. There are 3 routes to this isolated pub. Oh my gosh. Which sits at an altitude of 1,732 feet above sea level. 2 of them were blocked by snowdrifts. and a downed power line shut the third. Says Healds. I don't know who that is. It's a person who has been prevented from getting to the pub. I love that this guy's angry because they can't get to the pub. There's 3 ways to get there, and everybody else is there. Oh, Stacy, thank you. I did not do the worst accent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're so sweet. Oh, Peter is letting us know about his overdue book. I want to read what Peter says. His wife has an overdue audio book from 2 years ago. She wanted another book, but she borrowed with his library card. Now I have a 4-month overdue book. I do feel like they're going to make you pay that. Listen, Peter, here's my suggestion. Keep it for 110 years. You'll be good. You won't have to pay that fee. I have a feeling. Anna, what was the article? Oh, here, let's see. Oh, Anna says the library, the overdue book, back to that. She's finally back on, everybody. The library that it's going to be returned to, that the person checked this book out 110 years ago, it isn't open anymore. What do you do? That's really funny. I doubt his accent is posh if he's in a pub every night. I know, I should have done Cockney. Cockney? Cockney? Is it cock? I love how today is Teach Live English Day. Anna, what was the story that you wrote about a full 12 days of Christmas will cost more this year? What does that mean? Do you have that article? That was the only thing we couldn't figure out. The other stuff we talked about, I didn't know that the library was closed, but it makes sense. I mean, first of all, how many libraries are around anymore? Now that we have Audible, now that we have Kindle, I could see where like the whole library concept is kind of fading away. Like I remember when my son, who's 18, he was little, like going to story time was all we did as parents because that was like one of the only things you could do free with your kid was story time at Barnes and Noble, story time at the local library, story time at like, I'm not kidding. Like it was literally all we did. And now you can do all sorts of stuff. Okay, here's the article that Anna has. This year, 7 swans will cost over $13,000. The most expensive gift in the song. Oh, I see what. Peter, now I understand what you're saying. 5 golden rings. You guys are talking about the 12 days of Christmas, like the actual song. I'm over here being so liturgical and I'm thinking the 12 days of Christmas, like from Christmas to Epiphany. That's hilarious. Okay. The 12 days of Christmas, the most expensive gift in the song, the 12 days of Christmas is, as almost every other gets pricier according. Okay. So you're just saying that 7 swans are going to be more expensive this year than it's ever been. The annual index has been around 1984, measures the current cost of obtaining all the items in a full verse of the iconic carol. That is fascinating. What the what? Who is sitting around saying, I've got the time to put together the 12 days of Christmas carol. I'm going to add it up and let you guys know how much it is. Anna's saying that the whole song is 50% more this year. Why? What is the demand for a swan or a lady milking? Peter says swans are free if you're fast enough. This is a good point. I think this is hilarious. A partridge in a pear tree is $222. Oh, Anna, come on. Are you kidding me right now? No one actually has Googled how much a partridge in a pear tree is. Now, if we're talking about like David Partridge, sure. Okay. 2 turtle doves is $450. I cannot handle this right now. Are you serious? What the what? 3 French hens are $255. They should be offended. At least the French hens can make you like eggs, right? They can lay eggs. Can a French hen lay eggs? You then get a French omelet. Okay. 4 calling birds, $5.99. Peter, 5 gold rings, $8.95. I feel like that's disappointing. 6 geese a laying, $6.60. For 6 geese, 7 swans a swimming. 13,000. 8 maids a milking, $58. You can pay 8 people to milk a cow and it's only $58? That I don't understand. 9 ladies dancing is 7,500. This is where we should be mad. Is that a gender problem? I feel like we could make this into an argument. 10 lords of leaping is 11,000. See, I'm not even a feminist, and I'm sitting over here going, that's a ginger gap. Anna's like, let's keep going. 11 pipers piping, it's about $3,000. I kind of feel like I could have a really great party with this. 12 drummers drumming is 3,000. Some of this isn't that hard. So the true cost of Christmas in a song is $179,000. The core, excluding the swans, is 28,000. This, I feel like we should challenge the Kardashians. Who else do we know with this kind of money? They should have a 12 days of Christmas party. Has anyone done that? I mean, if you've got 30 grand and a really fast friend like Peter, you could have a really cool Christmas party. It's kind of interesting. All right, you guys. So we're going to go into a game because we're coming up to the second hour where we're going to have a cooking segment and we're going to talk something pretty big about Disney. A really big article was released yesterday and I've got to talk about it. What with Disney? I'm wearing my festive Disney holiday shirt. It's the first day of December. You're listening on Backchannel. If you're just listening, which is fantastic, if you're on Amazon listening device or the app, you can go to backchannel.tv and you can chat with me by typing and we can talk in real time. If you're on YouTube, like our friends Peter and Mindy and Nathan, I was trying to think if Nathan was still there. You can chat on the right-hand side on YouTube. If you have an Echo Show, you can actually talk to your device. The magic word is say. You look at your device. I don't know. You say, device, whatever the name is. Device, say, Liv, let's have a 12 days of Christmas party. And it will type it to me and I will be able to see it. So let's play a game, shall we? I love the game. Would you rather? It's so easy to play. It's really fun. And you kind of can be a little judgy on what people decide and choose. So get ready to play with me. I want to hear. Anna was so sweet to like write out the whole thing. Okay. I want to hear what you think. Anna, get ready to play. Everyone at YouTube, get ready to play. Would you rather? Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every song you ever hear? This is interesting since we just covered the 12 days of Christmas, which Anna brought up the episode with The Office. Do you remember this episode for The Office when they're doing the 12 days of Christmas? And let's see. Andy sends Aaron the 12 days of Christmas. Do you remember that? And the birds start attacking her. That was a funny episode. Well, every episode on The Office is funny. So what would you rather? Would you, I think we should specifically think about that song, Anna. Singing it, which could you imagine singing that song all the time? Or dancing? Stacy says sing. That makes sense. Stacy's a singer. I would see that. Anna's a singer. Anna says singing. Let's see if Peter or Mindy or Nathan have anything to say. I gotta be honest. In a lot of ways, I dance to everything I ever hear. Oh, this is great. Look at this, you guys. We got a picture of The Office. Oh my gosh. This is so fantastic. There's, okay, the character Aaron. I can't take it anymore. My cat killed a turtle dove. The French hens have started pulling out my hair to make a nest. Please stop. And she's like bleeding on her face. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. That is really funny. But now I kind of want to have a party. Mindy says, okay. Let's see. What is everybody saying? Okay. Mindy says dance. I'm with you. Mindy, I think I would dance. I already dance. Literally every time I hear music, I'm like I can't not dance. Like I literally have to dance. I don't know. It's not, I can't help it, you guys. I have to be me. Peter says he likes The Office, except Scott's tots, not funny, just hurts. That's hilarious. Minnie says because she can't sing. Peter says singing. Hi, Connell. Good morning. Welcome. So we've got Peter, Stacy, and Anna for singing, and we got Liv and Mindy for dancing. Yeah. Okay. The next what? Would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup? Obviously, we have reserves. It's fine. Canada's prepared. I just want to know how someone stole $30 million worth of syrup. Like, I really want this to be an Ocean's 11 film. Do you know what I mean? Like, do we not agree? Canada's Ocean's Canada. Like Maple Ocean's Maple. I don't care. I want Brad Pitt in it with Eggo waffles. And I want to know if you'd be swimming in it or if you would be swimming in Nutella. I know my answer. Who has an answer? Would you rather Nutella, maple syrup? Okay. Let's see. Anna says that's more the final scene of Canadian Ocean's 12, them swimming in a pool of syrup. Wouldn't that be great? Like, doesn't that sound like an Ocean's film? I mean, really and truly, like George Clooney needs to show us how someone stole $30 million worth of syrup. Like, this needs to go to Hollywood. Someone needs to make this into a movie. I'm not kidding. And Tom Cruise can't do it. This isn't, or Jason Bourne. This is an Ocean's film because it's funny. That's funny. Okay. I'm saying I might write them a note. Okay, Stacy's saying why? Oh, no. Sheila says why not both? Would you mix them, Sheila? Would it be Nutella and syrup? Or would you just choose one or the other? Anna's saying Nutella, and she's saying that we would have to have Canadian actors. Listen, half of our Hollywood workforce is from Canada. Like, I'm not kidding. You know what I mean? Like, so many amazing actors are from Canada. Canada's great. So sure. But you got to have George Clooney and you have to have Brad Pitt. I'm putting my foot down. As executive producer of this imaginary film, we don't have to have Julia Roberts. I'm fine with that. Don Cheadle, maybe. I don't know. Isn't Don Cheadle in these films? It doesn't matter. Why am I talking about this? Okay, Peter said Nutella. That's how I'd like to go. Yeah, you probably would drown in Nutella. I'm about to just say something that's going to make everybody go, what the what? I do not like Nutella. I'm so scared. What the what? I don't like Nutella. I am not a hazelnut fan. Mindy says Nutella as a standalone item outranks syrup. I am literally all by myself in this, except for Stacy. Stacy would do maple syrup. Everybody else says Nutella. Y'all don't hate me. I'm not a fan. Stacy says, I'm putting my foot down. We have Julia Roberts and all the other actors. Okay, Stacy, you're in. Stacy is also a producer for this movie. Everybody else can be Canadian, right, Stacy? We have the original Ocean's cast. I hear you. I'm not going to argue this. It all takes place in Canada. So Canada should be happy there. And then, everybody else is Canadian. That's fine. Stacy, you get the job. It would be Celine instead of Julia. That's a hard no. I would absolutely not have Celine Dion in this film. I really want this to happen. Now I'm really kind of sad. Like, I really want this to be a thing. That's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, I don't like Nutella. All right, last one, you guys. Would you rather buy 10 things you don't need every time you go shopping? Isn't that called Tuesday? Like, that's literally every day of my life. But okay, we're going to play the game. Or always forget the one thing you need when you go to the store. Again, literally what happens to me. I forget why I'm going to the store and I buy 10 things I don't need. That is called Target. Like, that is literally called Target or Ross or TJ Maxx. Like, okay, that's hilarious. How do you even choose? Okay, if I had to choose, let me think. Oh, geez. You know what? The 10 things. But I have no concept of life. It is really annoying when you forget, because here's what happens to me. I forget the one item. I go to the store, I forget the one item. I end up buying the 10 items. Because I forgot, I go back to the store. Again, I forget, and I end up with 10 more items. So now I have 20 items and not the thing I was supposed to go get. I say we just beat it to the punch. I'm actually saving money, and I just get the 10 items. Is that what I said? What did I decide? Would you rather, you guys? What is your answer? What would you prefer? To get 10 extra items every time, or Would you rather to forget your item? I think forgetting the item is really hard. And especially with Thanksgiving or some big event, we're in the holiday season, Hanukkah's happening, we're just not entering the Christmas season. People are going to be cooking and New Year's is coming up and there's just a lot of food and there's a lot of buying. And it is annoying when you forget the item that you need. Like that is really hard. So would you rather? I'd rather buy the 10 extra things and come home with what I have than forgetting the item that I needed. That's what I think. Okay, Peter's saying he would rather forget the item. I have clutter. I've got clutter too, but apparently I don't care. Nathan cares. Mindy says, see, I'd rather not have the extra stuff. I want less. Forget the item. We'll make do. Yes, Peter. Okay, see, y'all are so good. This is why y'all would have made it on the prairie and I would have died at the first creek. You guys would have been like resourceful. I would have gotten to the first creek with our covered wagon and said, we can't do it. We're going to die. Let's eat the salted pork. Call it a day. And you guys would have looked around and said, Liv, let's just walk across that log or something. You know what I mean? Like you guys are resourceful. I stink. Y'all would have let me go long ago. Sheila, what would you do? What would you do? Stacy says, I would go get the 10 items. I feel like Stacy and I, this is going to work out well. Anna says, forget the item. Man, I was really off with everybody today. All right, fine. Forget the item. Great. Get the 10 items. So we're kind of divided on this. Seriously, if I were to take y'all into my bedroom, which that sounds strong. That sounds wrong. That sounds strongly wrong. You would all lose your ever living minds if you saw the amount of Amazon boxes, and I haven't opened them yet. You probably wouldn't come back to this show. And you probably would all unfriend me on all social media. You would be like, we're not doing this. Anna has seen a smidgen. I try to show, but I can't. You guys, I get probably 10 items a day. But I'm going to stop. This is now an intervention. I've heard you all. I'm going to stop. No more 10 items. We're just going to forget the things. So I would like to kick off this first moment of the second hour with a cooking segment, shall we? Let me explain what I've done. Oh, Peter says the trick is that forgetting one item is an upgrade since I usually forget 10 items. I have the opposite problem. One item is the dream. Listen, Peter, when I die, if you want to adopt Nathan, my husband, he can come be your au pair. And he can walk into a store, literally buy the one item and walk out. Nothing phases him. Nothing on the end caps, none of the sales. I'm the person that's like, 12 items for 10% off. We should get 24 of them. This is such a deal. Like he says, I'm a mark. Like that's the name. Stacy says, you don't have to forget the one item that you need. Just keep up with what you're doing. I know. I need to keep track of what all that I'm buying. That's a little bit of an issue. So yes, Nathan is capable of doing the one item. He can do it. I don't know anyone else on the planet that can. It's a superpower. That would be a good one. Like, would you rather? Okay, so cooking segment. I forgot one of the items in the microwave. I could switch to the phone if you guys want me to and go into my kitchen if you want me to and grab it. It's just us. Here it is. This is Barilla. Do you say Barilla? I say Barilla. The pasta company. It's Italian, right? It says it's made in the USA. It's made in Illinois. I really thought this was like real Italian pasta, right? Because they always like advertise with like Italians, like in Italy. It says refrigerate leftovers and use within 2 days of opening. Do not use pouch to reheat. So if you don't know this product, this is the what. It can also be used on Make It Work Monday. What? This is cooked pasta. So those of you with little kids, those of you with teenagers, those of you with just yourselves, this is pasta in 60 seconds. It's al dente. So that means it's firm. It smells delicious. My kids, now my son, when he was in high school, would throw one of these in his lunchbox. I'm not kidding. with edamame. My kids are weird. And like a soy sauce packet. It's true. And he would heat this up in the microwave. Like his high school, he went to a private high school, had like microwaves. I didn't have those. Mindy and I went to high school together. We didn't have private microwaves in our public high school. Or not when we went. Maybe Mindy knows. But just go grab it real quick if you want. Yeah? Can I go grab the other one? You know what? I could make it and see if I need it. We could do that. I'm going to move my Nathan says I need to move my laptop to the side when I cook because you can't see everything as well. I don't know if that's true. I say pasta. Or are you saying pasta? You better say pasta. Okay. So I'm going to make a pasta salad. That is such a hit. And because today is the first day of December, it's red and green. So you think pasta salad, you think summer, and you're not wrong. Here's what's great about a pasta salad that is quick and easy and delicious to make. You can refrigerate it. I like bringing cold dishes to things because I get really stressed out when I have to make something and it's like hot. Because then when I'm going somewhere and I have to look, I have a glass bowl today, you guys. When I have to make something hot, I worry about, is it going to stay hot? How hot does it stay? You know, all the kind of things. It just kind of stresses me out. Mindy says, all she remembers from our days in high school was the bakery line. That's because our high school had the best hot rolls and the best chocolate chip cookies. Oh my gosh, they were not cooked in the middle. We all got salmonella, I'm pretty sure. We didn't care. They were massive and they were just gooey in the middle. So good. Mindy's not wrong. Okay, so I like bringing this dish in the summer because it's cold and where I live, it's hot. And I don't have to stress out about that. I don't want to bring, I'm not one of those moms that can bring like the, what is that called? The cooker that you plug into the thing, like a slow cooker or a hot plate. I don't want to do any of that. I want to just bring something and I want it to be fine. This is a really easy recipe and I perfected it because I'm not a big fan of Italian dressing. I find it to be a little tart, I guess. I don't know a little vinegary. That's it. That's the flavor. A little vinegary. So I've put my own spin on it. So here's the deal. Oh God. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding? If the seal is broken. Okay. Yeah. The seal's not broken. Oh, what if I can't open the thing? Oh no. This is going to be so sad. This is tear here. Tear it. Is that going to help me? This is when I need a production assistant. Listen, I hope this show gets so big in a year from now. Obviously, this would all be set up. Oh, look, it did help. If you tear the seal, look at that. It works. Hello, Lee. Good morning, friend. Mindy's remembering the rolls. So look, I'm going to take this Italian dressing. I just got a normal Italian dressing. Nothing exciting. That is a disgusting noise, I must say. That is not, oh, geez, that's strong. Oh, it's almost like the instructions are there for a reason. Okay, Anna. She's not wrong. Yeah, okay. Well, now we all know. Read the instructions, you guys. Tear the seal. Man, that's a seal. Did you see that? I could not do it. And then I tore the seal. Thank God I have nails. And it, easy schmeezy. Now, here's what I do. Because I'm not a fan of Italian dressing. I find it very strong, especially when you're doing like pasta and stuff like that. I didn't bring a whisk. I brought a really big fork because I thought, just one little thing. So I add sugar. That is my secret. I add sugar. This is a lot of sugar. I'm not going to add that much sugar. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. Well. And I add Italian herb seasoning. I love the kind that you crush. I love anything with a grinder. You know what I mean? It feels like I'm really cooking. It feels like I'm interactive. I feel like, oh, I really made a difference. Oh, something about, yes. And I don't really have a favorite Italian herb grinder. Actually, I kind of think the McCormick's one, which is kind of lame. This is what? Private Selection? Who does that? Is that like Safeway or something? I don't know. So, okay. I really like oregano. So I always add extra oregano. Dun, dun, dun. You can add basil. Maybe you're a thyme person. I don't know. I really like it whatever. I'm gonna add a little black pepper. Again, it makes me feel like I'm doing something. Oh, look, I'm such a cook. Okay. I brought a little garlic powder. I love garlic. Yeah, sprinkle that in. Sure, why not? And it feels like I should do salt. I'm not really sure, but we'll do a little, not much. That's it. Now I'm going to whisk this together. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Now, if you have a whisk, that helps. I don't. Okay, is everybody here? Have I lost everybody? Are you all listening? Okay, I'm going to taste it. It's okay. I'm not making this for y'all. So it's okay. The herb grinder is new to me. This improved my life today. Mindy, I'm telling you, the Italian herb grinder is phenom. Oh, I have a great tomato soup recipe that kind of became famous in these parts. I'm not kidding. Like for years, people would invite me over and say, could you bring your tomato soup? I'm going to make that because it's also a what the what, make it work. It's a shortcut. We're going to add more of this. Oh yeah. Oh, by golly. This isn't a health food, everybody. Okay. This is not a health food. This is called, you're going to a party. You need something. The what part is the pasta's already cooked in a bag. And if, and I'm taking my time doing this, guys, this is not that hard. This is, I'm drawing this out. Okay. We're being a little dramatic. This is a really easy recipe. It's so easy. It's pasta. I've got my cherry tomatoes. Look at that. Huh? Yeah. I've got my broccoli florets. Huh? Okay. So it feels like a fresh, and you got your red and your green. So even though this is a great summer salad because it's cold, it's great for the winter because it's all holiday. All you need is Italian dressing, pasta, cherry tomatoes, broccoli. That's it. Now I'm making this a little special. I am being a little extra, but we know that's what I do. All right, let's see. It's getting better. I'm not an Italian dressing fan. So here's the thing. You schmooze it up, everybody. You schmooze it up. What do you like? What do you not like? Put it in there. Make it your own. And then I love that I'm taking this so seriously. Apparently we're eating this today because I am like really taking this seriously. I think it needs a little garlic. And I have to be honest, my husband Nathan is a doll. He's the one that got the Italian dressing. This is not the one I buy. This is Wishbone, which I'm worried about the sugar. I really do need a whisk, but not my favorite. There's one that I really love that has like a tomato base. There we go. Tasting those herbs. It really adds something. Now, I got my bowl. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do, everybody. Because I left my other bag of pasta. Because I feel like 2 bags of this pasta. Because it's not very big, right? This is 8.5 ounces. As if I know what that means. I don't know what that means. Serving size is a cup. 2 servings per container. 2 cups. 2 cups of pasta? This does not seem like 2 cups of pasta. If only I had a measuring cup. I do, but I put my stuff in there. I don't. Wow. Okay, so let's take this out. Look at this. You have cooked pasta. All you do is you massage the bag. Look at that. Huh? You massage the bag and you stick it, you just tear a little bit. Anna's right, read the instructions. These are a little, yeah, I feel like we do need a second. We need a second bag. This isn't enough. And you massage it, you put it in the thing, 60 seconds. That's it, we're done. Now, I'm gonna add my cherry tomatoes. And because I only have 1 bag of pasta, now some people like to cut their cherry tomatoes. Nathan kind of got the big ones. I really like the little tiny, they like pop in your mouth. It's like a little It's a little party, a little surprise, you know? And I enjoy that. Also, if I have big ones or if I have whatever, I like to cut them. I do like to cut them. I think it just you know what? I think I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna cut them with my fingers. Look at this, because you get the juice and you get the seeds in there. It's a nice texture. I think it goes well with the dressing. Oh, we're getting this everywhere. This is great. I think it went on my face. Oh my gosh. Make it work. We are making it work, okay? But this is what the what. So now you'll know about the mashed potatoes you can do, the potatoes that come in the thing. Is everybody there? Is anybody here? Huh? Urgh. Okay. All right. My paper towels. This is great for kids. They would love to do this. How fun is that? Did I get it everywhere? I did okay. Oh, that smells so good. The fresh tomatoes. Oh, for the love. That's really nice. Like, that's really nice. I love that. Okay. Now, the broccoli florets. This was in a bag. So again, if you're trying to save time, you don't want to waste all the things, it's already cut. They're already cut. It's in a bag. Look, I'm just going to do this. So what? So you don't have your cutting board and the knife. You don't want to do all that. You don't want to get everything dirty. Don't do it. Make it work, you guys. Cooking should not be annoying. Like, it should work for you. You know what I mean? Like, what? We have broccoli that comes already cut and washed. I did rewash it. I did. And I like all the parts of the broccoli. I don't mind. I like the florets. I also like the little stem parts. It's a little meaty. We all know I'm vegetarian. So, I have some thoughts. Broccoli's really good, really healthy, right? Fresh broccoli is fantastic. Um, that's okay. I'm gonna put a little pepper on all this, just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna toss it and gonna start pouring in my dressing. Obviously, I'm not gonna use all of it because I don't have all my pasta. Okay. All right. Now, what's great about an Italian dressing, it comes with like veggies in it. It kind of comes with you know, um, like onions and I don't know what's in there. But it's all sorts of stuff. This is a little bit more dressing-y. I don't have a lot of pasta. We're getting the concept. Now, here's the thing. You're gonna want to refrigerate this. Definitely. If you could overnight, that would be ideal because it just kind of marinates. You know what I mean? And the great thing about using the spiral pasta and why you want to do that, why that's intentional, is because it soaks up it gets it into all the crevices, right? We have mac and cheese. That's why we all love the shells. We all love it because it's like a little soup bowl of that cheese. You know what I mean? Same with the spirals. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. Can y'all see? It's probably not attractive. Sorry about that. But it's red, green, and white, which is really nice. It's great for a Christmas party. It's great for the summer. I'm going to get a piece of pasta. Hold on. Piece of pasta, a little bit of broccoli, and part of the tomato. That's all that's in here. Broccoli, tomato, which are fresh, the Italian dressing, which I added stuff to, and the pasta that I microwave for 60 seconds. Oh, shut your face. Oh, yeah. You have the layers of the pungent Italian dressing, right? But you get the sweetness, but it's subtle of the sugar. So it kind of balances out. And then because we added the extra herbs, it brings it up and it feels more than what it is. It feels more than just wishbone 60-second pasta in the microwave, bagged broccoli, and cherry tomatoes. So there you go. What the what? What'd you guys think? Did you like that recipe? Is that helpful? Is it interesting? Anna, woo, I love it. I'm hoping these segments are helpful. I don't want it to just be, oh, But I hope like you guys take away and learn something like the grinder. That's not where I saw this going, Mindy. I really thought everybody would be excited about the pasta, but maybe y'all already know about that. I'm gonna clean up my station. I'm the production assistant. Look at this, doing a cooking segment. That's the third thing I've made on the show. I want to make the tomato soup. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. So easy, Anna. We can do that. I believe in us. Now, I'm going to be in New York the next 2 Wednesdays, and apparently that's when I do cooking segments. I see tomato everywhere on this table. I mean, on my chair over here. There's tomato everywhere. Oh God, is it everywhere? So I don't know what we can do, Anna. I already did we'll have to get a little induction cooktop. I know, right? This is kind of fun. Also, I now have broccoli in my hands. So you guys are so sweet. Still here. Love it. Love this. So easy. It is. It's so easy. It's really easy and it's fresh. And like I said, it's easy to take to people's homes, and it's great for the holidays because of the color, and it's bright for the winter, and then it's great for the summer because it's a refrigerated dish. What's not to love? All right, you guys. So don't forget this product. Here's what's great. It's not just for pasta salad. It's just plain pasta. You can do whatever you want with it. Make mac and cheese. Add it to stews. Add it to oh my gosh, soups and stuff. Don't waste your time making pasta. 60 seconds. Okay, everybody. So, dun, dun, dun. Let's talk Disney. Oh, I found tomato seeds. Anna has a great article that was released yesterday. We were on the phone and we started. Oh my gosh, you guys. I literally have tomato seeds everywhere. That was released yesterday by the Disney Corporation. Well, wait. I don't think this article was released by Disney. Was it, Anna? It was who released it? I don't know if you all have heard, but Disney has built a new hotel. And it's not just a hotel. It's an entire experience. I know Anna's going to find the article. Oh, and Anna's saying, instead of me cooking, we could go on a food tour in New York City. I'll be in New York. That's a great idea. Yeah, we're taking the show on the road. Okay, this is from the USA Today. Disney has talked about it on their site. Disney World's new Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser embraces your truest Star Wars self. Now, we've been waiting for this a long time. There were rumors forever when Disney started building the Star Wars section at Hollywood Studios. Okay. Y'all know that I'm a big Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars person. I'm a big Disney person. I have property with them. It's their timeshare situation. It's called a vacation club. We own with their vacation club since 2011. It's something we did as a young couple. We decided to invest in that so we could always bring our kids to Disney. And that was a decision. We didn't have couches. We didn't have new cars, but by golly, we had a timeshare with Disney. Isn't that funny? But my kids have grown up there. And so we're able to go very cheaply now because of this timeshare. I'm not kidding. And we have the annual pass. Again, we're able to go because we can renew the annual pass at a low fee because we're vacation club members and because we go so much. Like we renew it every year, so it's cheaper. So people give me a hard time about how much I go to Disney. This has been a rumor forever. Disney was going to have this whole. Oh, hello, Mary. Hello, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. You guys just missed my cooking segment. And that's good to know. I think people start getting on around now. Maybe I should do the cooking more towards the end of the show. I probably should. So anyway, for years, there were rumors. Not only was Disney going to build more Star Wars-y kinds of stuff, because there was just the one Star Wars ride for a really long time at Hollywood, and it's awful. Even psycho Disney people like me are like, oh God, Star Tours is the worst. It is the worst, okay? It's awful. So they did build more, Star Wars themed, they started doing like the Oh, Lisa has a 9 a.m. meeting every day. Now I know, Lisa. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Thank you, friend. Now I know, and I can absolutely customize this towards my friends and who's here. I would love to do that. So Disney started really getting in to the concept of, hey, this Star Wars thing is going well, and it's going to be a big deal, and it's still a big deal, and they're adding more movies, as you know, and then they have the what is it called, Anna, when the kids get to fight, like, oh, for the love, it's at the my kids have done it. Oh, it's the Jedi Training. They now have the Jedi Training. That was like the next part. They had Star Tours forever. It stunk. Then they started Jedi Training. That was a game changer. You would run to the parks and you would, get on the list, and your kid would get to wear a Jedi robe, and they would get training, and then they get on a stage, and then Darth Vader walks out. Darth Maul walks out. Like, it's like insane. You know what I mean? And oh my gosh, they have smoke, and they have, I mean, it's Disney. My kids were obsessed. And they have a photographer there. The real, like, the Disney photographer. So you got these gorgeous photos of your kid with a lightsaber facing, like Darth Vader, or whatever, Darth Maul, like whoever it is. I don't even know all the bad guys that you can face. And they're just fantastic photos. So I have my son, I have my daughter. Great. Then they start adding all the other things. Now we have an entire whole section of Star Wars, which if Disney was smart, they would knock down everything else and just do Star Wars. Because they finally are starting to get what to do. They have Rise of the Rebellion? Is that the name of the ride, Anna? Oh, what are the two rides? There's two big rides right now. And if it is called Rise of the Rebellion, good morning, Robin. Hello, hello. I cried when I got off that ride. It's a 20-minute ride, 20 minutes, maybe 22 minutes. It's insane. I literally cried. I made a video of me crying when I got off that ride. That was a year ago. Oh, Peter says, back in my day, Jedi Training was hitting your friends with a stick. You were before your time. I mean, look at that. You invented Jedi Training. Peter is who we can thank for Jedi Training. That is hilarious. Okay, so they then started talking about, all right, we're going to start these new rides, and we're going to build an all-encompassing, am I saying that right? Experience for families. You will go to a hotel that doesn't seem like a hotel. You will check in, you will be given a character, you will be given clothes, you will be given, like, you're immersed. Okay. This is no longer, oh, this is cute. Like, you go to Animal Kingdom Lodge, it's fantastic. Everyone there, well, before the pandemic, everyone there was from Africa. I don't know if you know that. Like, they live in Africa, and they come and they work at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. So they're teaching your kids the African language. They're teaching your kids the African customs. It's so rad. The food is glorious, but it's just a hotel. You know what I mean? This is different. It's a game changer. You go in and I think it's like 3 days, Anna. Here's the thing. Here's the article. Can you bring it up a little? It's 2 days. Can you make it a little closer? I'm 98 years old. See it, feel it, live it. Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is a revolutionary new 2-night experience where you are the hero. You and your group will embark on the first of its kind Star Wars adventure that's your own. It's the most immersive Star Wars story ever created, one where you live a bespoke experience and journey further into Star Wars adventure than you've ever dreamed possible. Arrive at Walt Disney World Resort Terminal, board a launch pod. Okay, already I'm excited. And rendezvous with the magnificent Halcon Star Cruiser. Stay in a cabin or suite with an exquisite view of space. Throughout the ship, you'll interact with eclectic collection of characters, sit down to an exotic galactic cuisine, and perhaps even plot a secret mission together. As the itinerary continues, you'll take the story further and deeper. Choose your path. Seek out the inner workings of the legendary starship. Learn the traditional art of welding a lightsaber, and even jump on a transport to the planet Batu, where your mission continues at Star Wars Galaxy Edge. Now, that Galaxy Edge, Star Wars Galaxy Edge, is the section now where they have built all the new Star Wars rides. So, Anna, let's share with the folks. So it's LARPing. Peter, this is bougie LARPing, okay? This is bougie LARPing. Hello, Pat. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Anna, what is the price tag for 2 nights for your family? Which I'm guessing it's a family of 4. Most things do families of 4, where you are immersed in this experience. It does include food. It does include shelter. Does it include, like, it sounds like to me, you don't leave. Like, you're not gonna go and do the rest of Disney's parks and stuff, so it's kinda like, that kinda stinks. Like, you're at Disney, but you don't get to do anything else. Let's see if Anna's writing me. Oh, she might be gone. Of course, when I I wanna say it's 6,000. $6,000. What the actual what? Now, the comparison story in the USA Today was comparing what 2 nights at this Star Wars LARPing. Like, this is the ultimate Comic-Con, okay, Peter? You gotta see the big picture. It's telling me I have to pay for the article. Oh. And it's like, I can't tell you what it is. I don't know. That is so funny. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, so on the Galactic Star Cruiser website, Disney has provided some estimated figures for the 2-night stay for the 3 combinations of guests. The estimated pricing for those follows: 2 guests per cabin, $1,200 per guest per night. Per night, $1,200, but it does include your food. That's way more expensive than a. Listen, I've gone on a lot of cruises. We cruise for around like $550 a person. That's a week. And that includes all your food. It's all you can eat food. And you're in a floating hotel for $550, just to give you a little comparison. So that's going to be about 4,800 voyage total, which I'm guessing is over 5,000, right? With taxes and fees and all the things. 3 guests per cabin, 2 adults, 1 child, is $889 per guest per night, which is $5,200. So talk about $5,300, if not more, for the voyage. 4 guests per cabin, 3 adults, 1 child, $749 per guest. So that's $6,000. Anna says this does not include alcohol or specialty drinks. Also, sorry kids, no college. Mom and dad and friends want to go to a Galactic Star Cruiser at Disney. I'm over here thinking, what can I sell so I can go do this? I'm serious. We could get by with 1 car. I might sell a car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where am I going? Nowhere. This seems totally worth it. So you plan on going with multiple people, you could be looking at spending at least $5,000 for 2 nights just on the voyage alone. Well, it's worth reading the fine print. Disney mentions that it does not include, it does include meals and a 1-day entry ticket to Disney's Hollywood Studios to visit Batuu Galaxy Edge. Now, here's the real question. And this might be worth it. Not even all of Hollywood Studios, just Galaxy's Edge. But let's be honest, Anna, I don't know the last time you've been to Hollywood Studios. That's okay. Hollywood Studios isn't quite worth it. I love Tower of Terror, but what is the name of the 2? Can you find out? Don't keep that up, but can you find out the name? Is it Rise of the Guard? What is the name of it? Rise of the what? I hate myself. Anna, the name of the rides. If this ticket includes a shore walk onto that thing, that might be worth it. And let me tell you why. Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run, not my favorite ride. It's okay. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. What was I saying? Of the Republic? I don't know what I was saying. Rise of the Resistance. That is the ride I cried on. That is the 22-minute, 24-minute, I don't know. It's almost half an hour. I can't even talk about it. Like, literally, I should post my video again. I was so emotional. I literally got off that ride, and it was so emotional. Now, you are not guaranteed to go on that ride. You get to Hollywood Studios, you start loading up your phone, and you see if you make the queue. All right, so on the first night of your adventure, the Crown of Corella dining room transforms the dinner into an enticing table service supper club. What is the deal with the word supper club? I feel like that just made a comeback. With a special musical appearance by a Galactic Superstar. You'll enjoy a special evening with distinctive dining and entertainment as you socialize with passengers and crew. The second night, The Taste Around the Galaxy showcases courses inspired by the geography and environments of iconic destination planets throughout the galaxy. With a serving of each course, a brief introduction presents the name, inspiration, and ingredients for the dishes. Why are we writing this out? Like, why is that even like, oh, well, yes, now I want to hand over my 6,000. You're going to tell me the ingredients. This is so dumb. The meal includes group appetizers for the table, a choice of entree, and a specialty plated dessert. You can indicate your preference for first or second dinner seating, so it's like a cruise, based on availability when you book your vacation package. When is this supposed to start? How cool? Oh, breakfast and lunch. Breakfast and lunch are also available. Help yourself to colorful fare from all over the galaxy with your favorites from your home planet. Start your day with a unique off-planet breakfast of hot or cold small plates, juices, fresh brewed coffee, and Boo Boo Wamba Family Farms blue milk. I've had the blue milk. I've had it at Hollywood. During lunch, choose from a collection of small bites like sandwiches, soups, flatbreads, salads, and sweets. So lunch. Oh my gosh. Oh, this opens in March. Oh, I'm gonna be there in April. I bet it's booked already. I bet it's already booked. Dining during your planned excursion, captain's table. That's gonna be expensive. The captain's table? Holy extra courses. Literally, the Kardashians are the only ones who can go here. Frequently asked questions. Yeah, no kidding. You guys. Okay, so I think we should reach out and tell them that this is a very exciting new show. And they want me to be on the media ticket to check this out. What's included? 2 nights stay in a cabin or suite, ongoing immersive interactive entertainment. Choices determine your choices determine your experience. So it's like your choose your own adventure. Food and beverages on the Star Cruiser, excluding alcohol and specialty beverages. Quick service meal at Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo, or other select locations at Disney Hollywood Studios. They have the worst quick service. Animal Kingdom has fantastic quick service. I'm not kidding. Wait, hold on. Admission to Disney's Hollywood Studios for your planetary excursion to Star Wars Galaxy Edge, valet parking, exclusive Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser data band, known as your home planet as Magic Band. But do you get on Rise of the Resistance? Is it a thing? You guys. Oh, there's the cabins. What? The what? How do we feel about this? Would you pay $6,000 for 2 nights to do what they do on Star Trek and you could watch it? You know what I mean? Like, this is like what you, oh my gosh, the Grand Captain Suite, 2 bedrooms, 8 passengers. That's going to be $1 bajillion. Oh my gosh. Oh, most departure dates August 20th to September 17th. So maybe they go on sale in March. Wow. What the what? Now, the article that I originally saw was comparing what $6,000 gets you at Disney if you're not doing this. You know what I mean? Like it compares, here's what you can get for $6,000 at Disney World. Peter says, it seems like a terrible waste of 6,000, but I've seen bigger waste. Okay, that's interesting. What would you say is a bigger waste than this? This is luxurious, even for me, which we all know I'm extra and ridiculous. I'm over here thinking, I mean, maybe one day I would feel bad not going with the children, but my father used to tell me all the time, when we really, really wanted something, he was like, I've got to leave you something to do for when you're an adult. This would be one of those things. This would be one of those things where I'm like, listen, kids, you're on your own. I'm not going to make this happen for you. You know what I mean? Like, you got to dream. I could maybe do this with Nathan. Maybe for like our 25th wedding anniversary. Like, maybe you can make it be like a thing. We did honeymoon at Disney World. See, now I am rationalizing it, Peter. How much we waste on ordering DoorDash. This is a good point. If I gave up DoorDash and Grubhub for a year, I bet I could afford it for my 25th, definitely by my 25th. We married 21 years. Uh-huh. I see the light. Thank you, Peter. Now I know what I'm doing. Absolutely going to do this. And the kids can just there's costume guidelines. And I just wrote there's costume guidelines. You have to wear a costume, right? The whole time that you're there? I think that's true. I think you have to like it's like legit. Like you're really it reminds me of two things. It reminds me of those Choose Your Own Adventure books. And it reminds me of, and y'all are way too young. Everybody here is way too young to remember this. The Fantasy Island. I couldn't think of the name of it. Did anybody grow up watching Fantasy Island? Lisa, Sheila, I don't know who's here still. I grew up watching Mindy. I grew up watching Fantasy Island, and they paid something like 50,000, I think, quote unquote, to have their fantasy happen while they're on the island. And there's always a moral or a lesson in the story. And so, like, it was all rich and famous people. Again, what's interesting about this is that you are now excluding a tremendous amount of people from this experience who can afford this. 1% of the nation. Anyway, it's interesting. What the actual what? All right, let's talk about travel restrictions and what's going on in the world, in the nation. I was watching a friend who is I guess she's a pilgrimage director. I don't know, like she's like a travel agent professional. And she literally was on Facebook 2 nights ago taking pictures in an airport. I don't know what airport. She was here on the state side. You know what? To be honest, I think it was like JFK or LaGuardia, something like that. Like I'm pretty sure she was in the New York area. Saying, this is what it said. Israel shuts its borders at midnight. We just decided to continue our pilgrimage, hop on the plane from the States, fly to Jerusalem, pray for us. And I was thinking, what? Like they knew Israel was closing its borders. Like they literally were like, you have a decision. Not everybody went, which I understand. Like not everybody, because the fear is, are you going to get stuck in Israel? Like how long are you going to get stuck there? What is the quarantine going to be like? With the whole Omicron thing, and people are shutting borders and all that. And again, this is not a political statement, but no, they could land. Like apparently, if you were in the air, Anna's asking, like would they be able to land and maybe not get in? Not that. Would they be able to come back home? Because they made it to Israel. They're having their pilgrimage in Israel, but the borders are now closed. Like you now can't, like after midnight, you couldn't take a plane that like started at whatever. I don't know. It was like whatever the timing was. So they were going to be able to land in Israel. They're there. They're having their vacay. But now what's going to happen? You know what I mean? Now, I don't know. Are they saying that they are going to open up the border? Like you can go back home? Maybe that won't affect them. Maybe they'll be able to fly back home. But I don't know. What? Like, would you do that? Would you hop on a plane knowing that the country is closing their borders when you get there? I don't think I'm brave enough. I really don't. Like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't. I mean, what if they have a maple syrup shortage? What are we gonna do? Like, that was a joke. I think that's kind of crazy. Okay, so the main restrictions are closed borders to African countries where the variant was first seen. I have some thoughts about that, actually. Again, not to get political and things, but I kind of feel like it's because it's Africa. Like, I gotta say, I kind of like everybody else in the world is like, okay, but we're like, oh, we have to close Africa. Sorry, Africa. We found, it was there. Now, do you think they would do that if it was? This is an interesting conversation. Would people shut out America? Would people shut out Canada? I'm trying to think of would people shut out England, Europe? If we were the ones who if we were the ones that found the new variant, which we're going to continue to find new variants. It's a virus. This is what viruses do. We know science, everybody. Let's not forget science. The problem is that I know there's a lot of people that get upset about the variants, but we just don't know how it's going to react. Is it a worse variant? Is it the same? Like, are we going to be okay? Is this one that you turn blue? Like, what is it? What's with this variant? That's always the concern. When something new comes out, it's always like, we just don't know what it is. The scientists have to just figure it out. Is this any right? Okay, fine. And I get that. I understand that. I get science. The shutting of the borders, I'm wondering, was that a political move? Would that have happened if it was found in America? If we found this variant, if it was found in Ohio, where my friends are, would the rest of the world be like, we're shutting you out? Or was it because it's Africa? Something to think about. Peter, I was hoping you'd have an answer. So Anna says, depends on, am I leaving my family behind? Do I get my money back? Okay, those are really good points about this like tour group that went ahead that knew that the borders were going to close. I would assume you're leaving your family behind. Usually when people go on pilgrimages, it's not a whole family, right? It's usually like one person or a couple. You don't really bring your kids normally, especially Israel, you know? So yeah, you'd probably be leaving your family behind. Maybe it would be you and your spouse. Do you get your money back? I don't know. But is that still worth it? Peter thinks it's because it's Africa. Money drives the world. I agree. Peter, I'm with you. I think if this variant had started, there's some places other than Africa that the rest of the world would also be like, we're done. But I really do think that it's because of where it started. China isn't changing their plans because their restrictions were already super tight. I have to be honest, I have no idea what China's restrictions are. Think of how long it took China to be cut off. I Again, I'm not a political show, but I think it's worth discussing. Like, I think we can sit here and have an adult conversation about this is what's happening in the world. What the what? Like, this is not an okay what the what. Like, we are saying to nations, you're excluded. You know what I mean? Would that have happened here? I don't think so. I don't think the borders would have been shut on America. I really don't. I think it's worth discussing. I think it's worth thinking about. I think it's worth reading about. Anyway, here's the question for everybody. Those of you who are still here. Would you have gotten on that plane if you knew that they were going to be shutting the borders to the country that you were flying to when you landed? What would you do? I can't tell you if you would get your money back or not, which doesn't really matter. Like, I think that doesn't even really matter, right? Like, I mean, whether or not you're getting your money back, we're talking about you're going to be stuck in a foreign country, possibly. I don't know anybody in Israel. It's not like, I don't know. Like, would that matter? I know people in England, so I'm trying to think of like, where would it be okay? But not like anybody's going to take me in. Sheila says she would cancel. Peter says, no, I have children. But forget, take out the kid part, take out the family part, take out the money part. I'm talking about just the pure fact that you could be stuck in a foreign country that doesn't speak your language, that, the world's been what the world's been. Would you, I don't know. I don't think I would go. I don't think it has anything to do with if I have kids, my spouse, money. I wouldn't do it. I would just be, I think my anxiety would be so high being in a foreign country that I don't know with the border shut. I'm just saying. They're very brave. I feel like Peter said he'd do it. Interesting. You would do it? You wouldn't be scared to get stuck there? That's all. I just don't know what that means. Like, are they going to open the borders back up? What does that mean? Can we travel? I don't know. All right. Peter's in. He's ready for the pilgrimage, you guys. He's good to go. I think that's really interesting. Okay, Anna, the article on the travel restrictions, is it changing? What do you think? Is this going to continue? Here's my question. As we continue to spiral into 2021, into 2022, this is not the last variant. This is not the last moment that people are going to have to make hard decisions. Do you think travel restrictions will continue in 2022? Or do you think they'll get better? Tell me if you think we're going to continue restrictions. So say continue or write continue. Or if you think it's going to get better, say better or write better. Where are you at? What are you thinking about travel specifically? Is it going to change? Anna says, what if we get stuck in Ireland? I mean, that wouldn't be the worst. Most European countries allow vaccinated Americans, but member countries are free to impose their own restrictions. Some, including Germany, Austria, and the Netherlands, have recently experienced an upswing in cases, and visitors there are likely to notice more cautionary measures. Hmm. Let's see. Israel, Morocco, and Japan have announced that they are sealing their borders to foreign travelers for at least 14 days in an effort to contain the spread of the variant. Australia has delayed reopening for 2 weeks. Wow. Mm, okay. Wow. In contrast, India and Cambodia are now allowing fully vaccinated US travelers to enter without having to quarantine. The CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, meanwhile, continues advising Americans not to travel internationally until they're fully inoculated against COVID 19. Even then, with the concern over more contagious Delta variant, the CDC is cautioning travelers to, quote, pay close attention to the situation at your international destination before traveling outside the United States. Title of the article is I'm a US citizen. Where in the world can I go? What the what? Y'all, this is a crazy world. Because here's the thing, when this whole thing started, I have friends that literally got stuck. All right. Friends, family members that got stuck on a cruise ship for 4 months. 4 months. And then somebody was on like somebody's aunt or somebody was stuck in like an island forever. It's like, and that sounds great, but it wasn't great. Like there wasn't toilet paper, there wasn't fresh water. Like it was a problem. Like that's what I'm talking about, Peter. Like I don't know what everybody's doing. Okay. So go to the CDC website, see what they say if you want to or not. If you're not vaccinated, okay, wait, hold on. Let me back up. Before November 8th, all passengers over 2 boarding a flight in the US were required to produce a negative viral test taken in the previous 3 days. This requirement remains in place even for vaccinated travelers. But now, if the traveler is not vaccinated, he or she will have to take a test within 1 day instead of 3 days of travel and commit to taking a second test 3 to 5 days after returning home. Do you have to prove that? I don't know. So I like that they have options for everybody because not everybody's wanting to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody wants to get vaccinated. Not everybody, is in the same boat. And so I do like that they have different things. Like, I appreciate that more than you're not vaccinated, you can't do this. You're vaccinated, you can't do this. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's try to work together as a unit. Ah, it's sad. Will this ever end? So, you guys, do you think Peter's saying depends on where? Do you think travel restrictions? Okay, we'll do domestic. Well, no, let's do I don't know. It just travel period. Do you think or do you think it's going to continue? Domestic or international? Either way, where are you feeling? I think we're naive to think it's going to get better next year. I bet by 2024 we'll be out of this thing. It'll be like anything else that we have. Like H1N1 is rolled into the flu vaccine every year. Did you know that? I get my flu vaccine, but I'm autoimmune compromised and I have to. I have 9. Well, at one point I had 9 specialists working with me. I've been sick most of my life. I have a very different story and I don't expect everybody else to be like that, to be living the life I live. And that's fine. I do have to get the flu shot every year. And I always go to CVS and ask for the 4 strain shot. I don't know if a lot of people know this. CVS is the only one that carries consistently the 4 strain. A lot of times you go to get the flu shot and it's only a 3 strain. You always have to ask. What I've learned about being medically compromised is you've got to be your own advocate. It's not about making everybody else do what you're doing. It's about, and not in a selfish way, but you've got to look out for your own health. You know what I mean? Like you've got to be your own advocate. You can't wait around thinking, like I got my booster before it was okay, quote unquote, but my doctors were all like, yeah, you have to. Because I got my shot way back in January. And I've got a lot of stuff that I'm fighting. So all my doctors at the time, which I think I'm down to like 6, it might be 7. I asked them all, and they're all were like, yep, we want you to get it. Okay, so I went and I got it. You know what I mean? You've got to take care of your own situation. Again, this isn't about fighting about whatever. I'm not telling everybody all the things to do. I'm talking about me and my story, and just kind of encouraging you. Okay, wherever you're at with all this stuff, make sure that you're an advocate for yourself about what you're doing. You're making good choices. You're making healthy choices for you and your family. I think that's great. I think that's great. And I think that there's lots of options. I do not come into the story saying you have to do what I'm doing. We can't, I don't know. There's ways to handle this. Casey, hello, good morning. So, there you go, you guys. That's our What the What Wednesday. I hope that everybody is having a good Wednesday, and I hope to hear about what you are doing. Don't forget that today is Eat a Red Apple Day. We made our pasta salad for those of you that came on late. Our 60-second pasta that you can heat in the microwave. We're talking about the new Disney Galactic option, $6,000 for 2 nights. And I feel like that's just for 2 people. I mean, they're going to tell you that it's cheaper, but that's not true. It's like, that's what it's going to cost. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot. Okay. I think we need to I want to end with something a little bit that I've been thinking about. This is a what the what. We'll end it with this. I live in the state of Texas. We all know this, okay? You probably know who the most famous guy in the state of Texas is. It's going to be Matthew McConaughey. You're right. You're not wrong. Matthew, there were some rumors that he was going to run for governor, and he kind of alluded to this. He kind of he kind of egged it on. He didn't say no. There were a couple of interviews. There was a podcast he was on, like in the summer, I believe, where he kind of flirted with the idea, let's say, that he was going to run for Texas governor. And a lot of people weren't against it because he has some pretty great things to say. I mean, first of all, look at those Lincoln commercials. Who didn't want to buy a Lincoln after Matthew McConaughey showed you what it can do? Everybody. He gave a really fantastic speech when he won an Oscar. And then he started coming out with what was really inspiring about Matthew McConaughey was that he started coming out with some pretty common sense things. Like everybody was kind of like, huh, yeah, Matthew, you're right. It wasn't he wasn't just talking garbage. He was really talking some pretty straight shooter. That is a pretty man. I mean, he's sexy, y'all. He's probably 83 years old. I don't care. And no, he's not that old. God, he's a cutie. He is a cutie. My friends in Austin see him all the time. He is at every UT game. I remember when my friends were in school at UT Austin, they would actually talk about when they would be downstairs getting their meals, and Matthew McConaughey would walk into the dorms and stuff like that. And at the time when they were all in school, he was besties with Sandra Bullock, which I'm pretty sure they were more than besties. She now lives in Austin. I don't know if she still does, but they would run into them. They would just be hanging out in the commons, in the student common area. Anyway, Matthew announced, sadly, that he isn't going to run for governor. And I'm really bummed. And I'm not against famous people. I like when people stay in their own lanes, but then I also don't mind when people kind of branch out of their lanes, especially if they're okay doing it. I don't think every famous actor can run for politics. Run for politics? Run for anything in a political office. I don't think that that's how that works. But I also don't agree with the concept of just because you're an actor, you're in entertainment, you can't discuss political things either. I don't like that either. Just look pretty and shut up. I don't like that. I don't like that concept that we have in this nation. I don't feel like that's fair. So, Matthew, if you're listening, which we all know you are, I would have voted for you probably. With that, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful What the What Wednesday. Every day counts. That's why the show is called Live Every Day. Make it a good one. I'll be back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern, and I hope you are too. Until then, you guys, have a great day. Bye, y'all.